today I'm going to be sharing with you how to start a music YouTube channel. I'm going to be covering 4 specific things. Now, first of all, why start a YouTube channel? Is it still relevant in 2020 to start a YouTube channel? I personally believe it is. YouTube is a great way to connect to your audience. It's a great way to share your work. It's a great way to share your knowledge, and it's a really fun platform. I just want to say though, just because lots of people have a YouTube channel and just because it is a great way to share your music doesn't mean it is the best way for you. If you absolutely hate making videos, if editing sucks for you, then YouTube's probably not the right thing for you, in which case, have fun consuming other people's YouTube videos. Now, before you start a YouTube channel, please don't make the same mistake I did. There are 2 big things that I wish I knew before I started. Number 1 is that you have your personal Gmail account and you can just start uploading videos and that can be your YouTube channel, which is what I did. But apparently you can have a brand account, which means your YouTube channel can be a separate name to your actual name and other people can access it, so that when you grow a big enough YouTube channel, you can have a manager or someone else actually do video descriptions for you without them knowing your personal Gmail information. So be sure to start a brand YouTube account instead of just a normal personal YouTube account, so that you can change your YouTube name to whatever you want without it being hinged on your first and second name. The second thing is that before you start a YouTube channel, if you are using it as some kind of business tool, be very, very careful what kind of content you post. You need to be smart about the kind of content you post. Why? Because the kind of content you post is going to attract a certain person. If you're making SP404 videos, then you probably want to serve people that make beats on an SP404. So your content should be beat making related and SP404 related. If you now start posting vlogs like your Sunday brunch with your quarantine buddy, it's going to be very tricky to grow your channel like that. I'm not talking about big channels that already have a connection with their audience. They can pretty much post anything and people are going to watch it, because at that stage, people are watching their content for the person. But when you're starting out, you need to be very specific in starting a niche, building an audience, gaining trust, and you can always branch out when you've got 100,000 or more subscribers. I don't have that many subscribers. Also, a quick note on consistency. A lot of people keep saying if you start a YouTube channel, you have to post consistently, like every week or every 2 weeks. I think this is bull-poo. Over the many years that I've been on YouTube, that has never worked for me, consistently posting or not consistently posting. My biggest period of growth was actually when I was like, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. And within that month or 2 months, I grew more than I did in the past. Why did I grow then? Because YouTube randomly decided to start pushing one of my videos onto people. It was nothing that I did. I certainly wasn't active. The algorithm just decided. So that's totally beyond my control. In fact, I started a separate YouTube channel and I was super niche. I knew exactly who my videos were for and I made really tailored content, and that channel grew way faster than this one ever did. And so from my own personal experience, I've seen that it's way more important to have targeted content for a targeted group of people over and above posting a lot of stuff all the time. If you want a YouTube channel to promote your music, obviously it's great if you have some kind of hook to get people interested in your music. But be careful, because if you start trying to hook people in with all sorts of helpful tutorials, they might not really be there because they care about your music. So by all means, make content that'll bring people in. If you make lo-fi beats, do a little bit of a lo-fi tutorial, do like a lo-fi free sample pack or something to get people seeing your music, and hopefully they'll stay for your music. But that is a very tough nut to crack. Let's talk about the technicalities on how to do that. So first of all, film yourself doing music. If you are a pianist, play something at the piano. If you are a violin player, play something on the piano, because piano is better. No, that's rude. The more visually interesting it is, the better, because YouTube is a visual platform and people respond to aesthetics. I'm not going to go into detail on how to make a good music video because frankly I have no idea. So let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about software tutorials. I know so much about making software tutorials on YouTube and it is so easy. I've been using my laptop, which is a MacBook Pro, and all you need is QuickTime, which comes on the Mac. You use the screen record. All you need in addition to get your audio is to download something called Soundflower. And finally, you need some kind of way to record your voice, and I've been using my iPhone. When I started making YouTube videos on this channel, I was making a lot of Ableton tutorials. What I did is I recorded everything on my laptop, and this is how I did the voiceover. I took my voice app, started recording. I would hold the phone like this while I was clicking with the trackpad on the mouse like this, and I made tutorials covering the whole entire Ableton Live 9 manual doing that. And it worked great. One tip, if you use your cell phone to record a voiceover, hold it at an angle. Don't hold it like this because you're going to get a lot of sibilants. You're going to get lots of s and plosives. So what you can do is hold it at an angle and also take a pen or use your finger. Finger probably won't work because you need to move your mouse. Just imagine this is a pencil or a pen, anything really. You basically want to put it in front of your mouth like this so that it breaks the flow of air so that you don't get those harsh sounds on your phone. The phone is very sensitive to high frequencies, so you want to try and minimize those. Another thing is to drink water. I would have so many mouth noises in my tutorials because my mouth would be a little bit dry from talking for half an hour, and because my phone was right here, a lot of my tutorials have mouth noises. In terms of editing, again, if you're on a Mac, I use iMovie, absolutely free, works absolutely great. These days I use Final Cut Pro, but iMovie is almost just as good. I do prefer Final Cut Pro just because I have a few more options there. The take home here is filming software tutorials is so easy. If you are watching this, you probably have all the gear to do it. Unless you're watching this on like a friend's phone or something, then you're off the hook, but finally, let's talk about hardware. Hardware? Gear. Hard gear. If you want to make tutorials on hardware, the settings are a little bit different and it is a little bit more complicated. You will need to have some kind of camera to record your gear, which you didn't need with software tutorials because the screen capture essentially was your camera that was recording your gear. So you need to record the gear, you need to record the sound coming out of the gear. If you're using something like the Machina sends sound to the laptop, to my laptop, to your computer, and when I do any content using the Machina, I record the audio from my computer separate to my voice. That way I can get a clean signal from the computer and keep my voice separate. This helps with the editing process, but if I just use a microphone to record the sound my Machina is making from the speakers as well as my voice, it's not going to be nearly clear enough. And if you're talking about things like EQ or compression, where you need to be able to hear those small little details, then having a cleaner signal is really going to count in your favor. So you've got your camera, you've got your audio, and then of course you need your voiceover. Now what you can do is you can just record your gear normally and record the audio normally, and then in post-production, i.e. when you are editing, you can always do a voiceover afterwards. Some people don't even bother with a voiceover and they just add text captions saying what they're doing. This is also a great way to do tutorials. As you grow, you're going to experiment with different places to put the camera. I know that a lot of people have great gear, great videography equipment and cinematography. I just have my phone and this GoPro, and so I don't do all those cool fancy things. I don't have all those lenses. If that's not your style, please don't buy into that you need all this gear and 5 different camera angles and the crispest microphone. I've done work for huge brands using just the Scarlett microphone that came free with my Focusrite 2i2 device. You really don't need fancy gear. It's how you use it. And everything that I've learned when it comes to music production, I learned myself or on the internet using free content. So any of you can teach yourself and then go teach others. At the end of the day, whether it's a business or not, you need to have fun. If it's not fun, it's going to be such a struggle, and because there are no guarantees with YouTube, if you want to be in it for the long haul and that's really the only way to be successful, then you have to make it fun for yourself. Now, video editing, shooting video aren't my passions at all, but I really do enjoy the engagement and the community, and every now and again I have a really great time making a YouTube video, and that's why I've stuck out so long. But every now and again I'll take a break and gather my thoughts, gather why am I doing this in the first place, and usually I come back because I miss the people. So there is a wonderful community that you can tap into when you start providing content of value to the greater music community. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to this channel because I post lots of videos, usually around lo-fi hip-hop / music tutorials / personal growth stuff. And every now and again I make this completely random, sarcastic comedy piece that YouTube picks up and it generates all sorts of hates and dislikes, and now this is what I'm known for on the internet. And if YouTube is not for you, oh my gosh, you should start baking bread. It's the most fun hobby. I'm completely obsessed right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now.